All right, so now we're going to talk about the major cultural shifts in academics, and there are 4 of them that we will address today. And Rancho is tackling these academic trends head on. We want to be at the leading edge of these trends, and we have strategic plans around those. So tell us what those trends are.
So these are 4 trends that we're seeing that are really impacting the future of education. And so we've really wanted to take a look at these and tackle these. We have amazing teachers and amazing staff and students that are helping us do that. So the 4 trends are global citizenry, say that 10 times fast, college planning, student analytics, and the concept of secure independence, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But these are 4 kind of pressing trends that we're noticing in education that Rancho is excited to be a part of.
Absolutely. So let's talk about being a global citizen. The reality is that the world is getting wonderfully smaller and more connected. Because of technology and because of travel and the free flow of information and because of commerce, the world is getting wonderfully smaller and connected. Every industry is essentially becoming a global collaboration of ideas, of humanitarianism, of products, of solutions and problem solving that we're facing throughout the world. It's becoming a tiny place to live, and it's wonderful, right? The interconnection of mankind, our ability to collaborate and problem solve and tackle some of the biggest problems globally is really the essential call for mankind today. So we've got to realize that we're not just raising good, solid, proud citizens of the United States of America, state of California, town of Temecula, but global citizens. And learning that from the youngest ages is essential. It is critical. Students have to be prepared to engage the world, not just the world around them, but the whole world. Here are some statistics around this. A person's ability to learn a second language peaks at what age? What's the peak age to learn a second language? What do you think? Yeah, 7 years old. Yet, for many schools, we only teach second languages in high school. 34% of students who viewed art in a museum retain and recall those significant details than just book learning. And so we get students out there. We have dozens of field trips. We want to get students learning and experiencing. We want to get them moving and exploring and traveling, doing things with their hands. 67% of high school students continue to study a foreign language in college. And so we want to be sure that from the youngest ages here at Rancho, they're in the habit of learning global language. And if they know more than one language, they have a much higher likelihood of success in this world. Students who travel, again, we want to see students moving and growing and traveling. They have more opportunities in their future careers. They are 4 times more likely to enjoy traveling in business and 2 times more likely to be international travelers in their leisure. U.S. middle school students who travel as part of their curriculum are 30% more likely to attend college. And students who travel make 40% higher salaries than those who do not. And so training and equipping global citizens has everything to do not only with a student's future success, but has everything to do with engaging them to help shape the world. That's what we want to see. We want to see young men and women who are Christ-centered, trained, equipped, engaged to change this world. So Betsy, you have some announcements about developing global citizens here at Rancho.
I do. So for us, really, as Scott mentioned, the global experience starts very young. So we offer Spanish as an elective to our elementary students. So even our youngest learners, our kindergartners, are learning global language and global culture. And so that's really rare but very necessary. So we're really excited about that. We're so excited about that at some of our elementary levels we'll be offering Mandarin next year as a global language for our elementary learners. Because again, as they are young, they're more apt to capture that information that they're learning about the global language. In high school, we offer, by the time they get to high school, we offer 4 options for global language. You met some of our American Sign Language students. We also offer Spanish, French, and Mandarin. The picture that you saw of the students in front of the piece of art, the Picasso, that was our Spanish and our French students. They took a day and they went up to the Norton Simon Museum up in Los Angeles. And they were able to see how art influenced history and culture, and they were able to have that well-rounded experience with what they were learning in the classroom to what they saw in the museum. So it was very, very exciting. We've hit that at the academic level. But as Christians, as Scott said, we know that there's the academic way of being globally ready, but then we also have the spiritual way of being globally ready and that service to others. That's so important for us to have our students embrace. And so we actually started a missions club under the leadership of Mr. Shane Treadway. The Missions Club is run by our students. They're part of the leadership team, and they work on trips and different activities that they want to go out and serve others. So we're very excited that the team will be heading to the Houston area in April to help with the rebuilding efforts. That's a long-term effort, as we learned, right? That's going to be a project that's going on for a while, so we're really excited that they've put together this trip in early April to go help the folks in Houston. So that's very exciting. I want to thank Shane for leading up that trip. That's going to be amazing, and I know the folks of Houston are going to be thrilled. With that, the other thing that we've done, and it's been, those of you that are familiar with Rancho as a church and a school, is the two of us have partnered together in the Go Beyond initiative, and that's a huge global effort that we are undertaking. And a part of that program, students have gone to Mexico, Peru, Kenya to our sister school, Imani Christian School, and Cuba. So we're getting our students out into these wonderful international experiences so they can go and learn to serve others and learn about other cultures. I think you actually got to go to Cuba this last year, right,
I did.
Scott?
I went with our baseball team to Cuba, and it was a great time to go there to learn another culture, to serve another culture, and then to help build a bridge, essentially as student ambassadors. It was awesome.
That's a great trip, because politically that was pretty impressive as well from a trip perspective.
It was absolutely spot on, for sure. Now, we also have, as part of Go Beyond, a very serious initiative for 2018. We want to mobilize 1,000 students, locally and globally, to serve the world around them. 1,000 students in the Rancho world. And if we get to mobilize, say, 1,000 students a year, they then get in the habit of not only being a global citizen, but a habit of serving. So their life is not spent on investing in themselves only. Their life is spent truly giving back, serving others, and changing the world. So we're excited about global citizenship.